then he'll take your questions.
Well, thank you. It was a hard-fought game. We knew it would be. I think both teams really, you could tell the intensity level was raised, and a lot of storylines. So we were trying to make sure we kept our guys focused. And for the most part, I got to give our kids a lot of credit for keeping their poise. But Little Rock, Chris, they do a great job with their team. They execute. We couldn't really pull away from them there until at the end, and I thought our guys did some good things to get the win today. Any questions?
Coach, it may not show in the stat sheet, but how big was Justin down the stretch there?
Oh, he was huge, and we didn't think he'd play today, to be honest with you. But that's the kind of guts. That's the kind of that's the character of him. He's a guy that he has no hesitation about diving for the ball, making those hustle plays. I mean, that was a great play. Zach gets a block. He dives out of bounds in their bench to save the ball. And he did it a number of times in front of our bench, making the extra hustle play, the hustle plays. And then he stepped up and made his free throws and 8 points in 18 minutes. It was huge because we weren't getting, with Norris in foul trouble and Matt in foul trouble. D. Will struggling from, when he's struggling from the offense, he struggles at the defense. So he's a real liability when that happens. And he has a blister on his foot, so we had to overcome a few things. Norris is, he's got a bruised rib, so he's been concerned about that for about 2 weeks now. He hasn't been the same. But we got great play out of Zach. Zach he came ready to play from the minute the ball was tipped, and thank goodness he came ready to play.
How crucial was Zach and his rebounding efforts, especially with Norris and that Temple getting into foul trouble early in the second?
Well, 37 minutes. That has to be the most minutes he's played. I know the first time for a double-double with 12 points and 12 rebounds. I'm amazed that he didn't get fouled on anything. But otherwise, he recognized that he had to raise his level of play because we were struggling from the front line, and he just plays bigger. Than his. When you look at his physique, he's not a very physical. He's not a physical presence out there, but he can really go get the ball. He just understands. Has a nose and a feel for where the ball is coming off. And I've said all along he's our best all-around player, and he showed it today at the defensive end. Probably more so in the offensive end than at the offensive end, even though he went 6 for 9.
Why didn't you expect Justin to play? Was it just a knee?
Pardon me?
Justin, why didn't you expect?
No, he had a groin. He didn't practice yesterday. He had a slight infection there. I think his lymph nodes swelled on him in his groin, and we thought I'm glad it wasn't a pulled muscle. Then he got kneed early in I think it was the first half, and I took him out. I thought maybe he had strained himself again, but it was just when he got that, I think it was an and one in the first half. He caught a knee in the thigh, and he was limping. And I'm glad he raised up. He took some. I think he's on some medication, antibiotics, and he's feeling a lot better. So I was really concerned coming in this game, just not being, completely healthy.
What did you think about your guys' overall defensive performance today?
Well, I love the way we came out in the second half, and we made mention of their outside shooting, their three-point shooting at 38%. We had to shut them down when they went 0 for 10. So that tells me guys are tuned in, understand the adjustments we had to make at halftime. And as I said earlier, their poise. We were very patient there. There were a few times we got a little antsy and thought we were going to. And against a good team like this, you're not going to. You just don't throw the knockout punch. You got to keep, you keep throwing body shots, and then you've got to find opportunities when they present themselves.
How impressed were you with your team to be able, when they took the lead going into halftime and then with a close game in the second half, to be able to keep that poise and not get too caught up in it?
Well, I like the way we finished the half. I think we went on a 7-0 run there, maybe, and then the second half we ended with a pretty good run to end the game. And that tells me that our guys, about their ability to, their competitiveness. They believe and they want to win, and they do whatever it takes to win the game in the end. And I think that's huge. I didn't mention Aaron Ross, but I thought Aaron was huge today. There's a guy who had to make up the difference with Norris not being in the game and Matt in foul trouble. Those two have been struggling. So, again, we narrowed our bench. Again, Keenan did some good things there. He did some real good things with 30 minutes. He's a guy that his stamina and endurance is not always the best. And I thought we got good play from our guard play, because their guard play is outstanding. They're just quick. They're strong. They're pretty physical, and they've got and they know how to play. So we had to. Our basketball IQ was tested as well today, and I thought we passed this test with well today.
Tubby, we know you have some young players out there. That kind of show as far as their resilience today, and then obviously that celebration there at the end.
Yeah, I was happy for them. We got a great group of kids. I mean, it's been it's been a lot of fun to coach this group. We have had, we had the C.J. Williamson situation, which he's now back and eligible. We've had some ups and downs, and through it all, that's the resiliency that you find, and that's, again, a character check, and I think that's what our guys are showing today, just showing the fans how much we appreciate them being here today. I know it's Christmas time, and there's a lot of distractions, but I think they're just excited to be. They genuinely care about one another, and that you can sense that. I know I sense it, and that's always the most important thing, is the relationships that you have with your teammates.
How much do you think their relationship off the court has helped the team on the court?
Oh, I think that's been huge. Guys like Todrick Gocher, you can't find a better person. His leadership off the court has been, and in the locker room. You got to have, sometimes you have locker room lawyers that can sway people, but Todrick is strong enough, and tough enough that then he's in charge. And there are some guys that, and when they challenge him in any way, and they try to, because we all do, we all don't live up to everything, all the covenants that we have, but they holding each other accountable, and you need somebody that has earned that respect, and that's a sign of a team that has that can do a lot, and that's what I appreciate from a guy like Todrick. And so he's, and the young guys, so he's setting the right example for them, and that's why we're seeing these guys, Zach, Norris, Keenan, Justin Gray. They have a great role model to someone to mentor them, and Todrick's been special in that area.
Coach, given that Little Rock was undefeated and given the quality of the opposition,
Yeah.
did this feel a little bit like a conference game, or is this good preparation for a conference play?
That's a good point there. I'm glad, because it had the atmosphere and the intensity of and we needed that. Coming off of the big win or blowout win over Pine Bluff, we needed to have we needed to be tested. Our intestinal fortitude mine was too, because there are a lot of distractions. We're heading home, or a lot of things at this time of the year. It's always it can be stressful. I mean, this is the first time in 2 years we've been able to go home. Our guys been able to go home on a winning note, on a high note. So I'm sure that's special for them, and it's special for me as well. And then coming back, we'll be confident. We know we have a tough game against a very good Richmond Spider team, University of Richmond, and they're well coached. And it'll be another test as we prepare. And this home stand, is important that we continue to hold this home court advantage.
Coach, you just mentioned you guys have a week off before hosting that talented Richmond team down at the A-10. Where do you want to see your team continue to improve in that time? I believe Patrick said you guys come back to practice on the 26th.
Right. Well, I just want them to stay healthy, number one. I told them maybe they need to get some workout in while they're home, because you lose it if you don't use it, and that's the physical as well as the mental part of the game, and just don't sit around. But where was I going with this? You asked me about the talented Richmond team. What was it?
Where you want to see them improve?
Improvement. Today we took a big step at the rebounding, something we've struggled with, and we stepped up in our rebounding by 16 today. We've got to continue to build on that. I think our free throw shooting, we took a dip today. We just still need to, concentrate on that. I look up, but again, I thought sometimes the ball stuck when we needed offense. We continue to move the ball, but there's not a whole lot there's a lot room for improvement. Obviously, we like to take care of the ball better and not have our postmen take the ball out of our hands maybe 6 out of 8 times between Norris and Matt and Aaron. I bet 8 of those 12 fouls or 12 possessions were when we had the ball. And that's, those are points taken out of you. So that's something we really need to address and learn from today and improve on that.